Still got a lot of football left in us. We just have to make sure we have a lot of communication down, right? And everybody does their part, and no one is out there slacking.
Young has time, and he can run, throws for the end zone. Field has it! It's a touchdown, Panther!
What's up, Buck fans? Good morning. It is Football Sunday. Welcome to Bucs Report, the pregame show. It's your host, AJ Turnup. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're pumped and I hope you're hyped. Just want you to know, you sat back, y'all probably sitting back like, why'd you play those two clips, AJ? Why'd you play that? This isn't a shot at you Buck fans. This is, however, a shot at the Buccaneers organization. This is a shot at the Buccaneers team because I want you to remember how silly that looked. I want you to understand that you can't come into this game today on that bullshit. You have got to be balls to the wall. You have got to play with heart and intensity, and you have to put this team away. It's all red today. Buck fans, we are out here. We are playing the Las Vegas Raiders. We don't like this team. We don't like them. If anything, when it matters the most, we own these bastards. And that's what the Bucs need to play like today, with ownership on both sides of the ball. Offensively, let's get the run game going. Keep that shit going. Give it to all three of your backs. Let's make sure Bucky is well rested. Get the short passes to Mike Evans, and then set it up for the deep pass. Let's get that man over 100 yards again today. Otten up the middle. Durham, when it comes to the run game, we need to see more Payne Durham out this bitch. More double tight end sets. Max Crosby, beat him up all game. Let's go to the defensive side. We got to, of course, we got to be aggressive. We got to play more man coverage. Bowles, do the right thing. It's a very simple concept. You are the better team. But you can't come out here with that half-ass play that we saw against the Panthers. I'm over it, but at the same time, I'm not over it yet. I'm over it as a fan, but as a fan of football, I'm not, because we cannot continue piss-poor play. This is your time today, Bowles. Cohen, Baker, Mike Evans, Antoine Winfield, Vita Vea, Cansey, yes, Jason Light, Glazers. We're in this. We do our thing the right way. 5:00 p.m. No, hell, 4:30. We could be the NFC South champions. Today is about taking back what's yours. Today is about going back to the top and saying, we got this shit, and we ain't never gonna. We almost let the throne slip away, but it still stands in Raymond James Stadium. There's a reason why it's set up like this for you Buck fans out here, for the Buccaneers. It's set up for us to end this day as NFC South leading again. That is what it's all about. But in order for that to happen, Bucks, I need you players to get out there bold, to be aggressive, to show that aggression. I need that dog in you. There's no time to bullshit today. There is no time to fuck around. I need intensity. And look, here's a list for players that are inactive today. Joe Tryshenko, inactive. Mike Edwards, inactive. Josh Hayes, J.J. Russell, K.J. Britt, Devin Coke, Ernest Brown. So we got a few people out. But that still shouldn't matter. You have more than enough talent to beat this fucking team. You have more than enough. And because of that, I'm going to bring in a guest in a moment. But before I do that, I just want to break down certain coverages. No, matter of fact, we can break it down together. But you've heard him before. I was on his show yesterday. We were talking on Friday. So we're going to bring up our buddy Louie in the background. What's up, Louie? How you doing?
Not too good. I'm actually grocery shopping right now with
No worries.
the wife. I can't get the camera to work. I've never done the this on the phone, so we'll figure that out. I guess I'm old school. But yeah, man, glad to be on the show. We got a big game today. Bucks Raiders. We've had some good conversations leading up to this day. I'm feeling good about today, but the only thing I'm really worried about right now is the Buccaneers executing. So hopefully
Aren't
we
we
can get
all?
a good game.
Aren't we all, brother? It's put it this way. We cannot have the bullshit we saw in offense. Louis, I'm on Louis' side here. A few weeks ago, I've come to that realization too. The offense is going to have to carry us. If the offense, we talked about this yesterday on Louis' show, guys. If the offense can just do their job as they're supposed to, as they have to, it makes things much easier for this defense. This is a defense that we need to be we need to have the defense is dominant when we're up. We don't need to be playing from behind or leaving it in their hands. Offense, please. I know it's a lot to ask, but you can do it. Get a good lead, and the defense can feast. Start fast early, then the defense will start fast. What say you, Louis?
I agree, man. I think that the Buccaneers right now, because I'm not really counting out the Raiders. The Raiders, look, let's face facts. This is a team that's had a lot of issues from day one. It's unfortunate, and I'm not taking nothing away from Antonio Pierce, their coach. I think he did a phenomenal job taking over the team last year. Those guys seem to really rally behind him, and they really liked his leadership. And you've seen a little bit of a difference with them versus who was it? Josh McDaniels that was there. I
Yes.
don't know what happened this year. They were predicted to be pretty decent. Obviously, they had the Devontae Adams trade, which maybe he was an issue in that locker room, et cetera, et cetera. Um, Not looking too well for him over there in New York with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers and company. But I think Antonio Pierce still has a lot of pride, and he's coming into this game and he's thinking, the Bucks are on a 2-game winning streak here. Like, here's a chance that they can play spoiler. And we were talking about this too, about how the Buccaneers do need to start off fast, and they do, because I think Antonio Brown, Jesus Christ, Antonio Pierce is going to get them guys ready to play. They're not going to just roll over, if you will, especially against the Buccaneers. And the only thing I'm really nervous about is we talked about Brock Bowers, Max Crosby, Jacoby Myers. I don't want the Buccaneers to fully invest their game planning around that. They need to be alert as well on defense. And this is where we talked about the offense carrying the defense, because you can't just contain those guys, because somebody else from the Raiders might step up versus it's a running back or another wide receiver. You can't let somebody else get loose. So the defense has to play perfect football. As far as the offense goes, we have to start running the football effectively right away, stop running the ball down their throat. And that helps guys like Mike Evans get those big shots downfield, those 15-yard, 30-yard catches, So that's what they got to do in my eyes. Then the Raiders are definitely not going to roll over.
Absolutely, my man. Let's go on the defensive side, because I want to talk about this. This will be something. This is up Coach Slick's alley, but I'm going to show you a defensive scheme that I would like to see the Bucs play a lot more, and I'm going to break it down slowly. So I'm going to show you one of them. Let's go. And this right here, guys, this coverage that I'm going to show you. 1 second. It's coming up right quick. Well, first things first, we don't need to play this bullshit. We don't need to play this cushion coverage, because I have to give you guys a reminder. When we played when we played the Niners and we played this, look at that time, 41 seconds. We gave them, they had plenty of time. And look at all that coverage, that cushion coverage and that space. They marched down the field and they got a field goal and they beat us. So we can't continue to play like this, Bowles. You cannot continue this bullshit. You cannot continue to play this type of coverage. Now, one of the coverages that I like that I think we should play, and this is credited to Learn Football with VIQ Story Sports. So that gentleman you see up there, if you want to check him out, it's Learn Football with VIQ TORY Sports. Check him out. But he discusses the cover one coverage. this is the coverage that I think that the Bucs should play, in my personal opinion, because it's only one deep defender, and that's all we need against this team. Jacoby Myers, Louis, he's only had 676 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not a big threat. We want to stop Bowers, who's cooking. So, with that being said,
Absolutely.
I'd put one of the safeties down. You can flip it if you need to. You can have one of the safeties in coverage, but I would put, in my opinion, I'd put Winfield down in the box. I'd keep the other safety out, and I'd have Winfield also shadow Bowers. And we need to play this type of aggressive coverage. They don't.
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
absolutely. I agree with that. I think Winfield and Levante David are really going to have their timing and their communication like on point, because we've seen from the Buccaneers throughout the year, the middle of the field is always we get killed in the middle of the field. That's because of guys like KJ Britt, not good coverage linebackers, and so on and etc. I don't think we've had a decent coverage linebacker in here in a while, outside of Levante David. Um, uh, Devin White wasn't it. Quan Alexander showed flashes, but not promising. But yeah, I mean, I think Bowles really has to get creative there. I don't want to see Ryan Neal lined up and covering Bowers, because I honestly I think that's a mismatch for Ryan Neal. I think you got to ease Ryan Neal's transition, because yeah, Brock Bowers would kill him down the middle. I know that for a
Oh,
fact.
100%. 100%. If anything, I'd move Levante to Bauer's side. I'd have Levante and Antoine Winfield both doubling Bowers. I'm not scared of Jacoby Myers. I think
Yeah,
Zion can handle him one-on-one.
yeah, I
Odell,
think either. Yeah,
yeah.
either or corner could handle one-on-one Jamel Dean or Zion McCollum. Uh, that's why I said I agree with everything you're saying. Like but it's the only thing that really concerns me is pressure on the quarterback, man. That's like where's our pressure gonna come from? And that's where I think Ryan Neal comes in, and he can take that role of Antoine Winfield Jr. like as because we've seen Winfield on some blitzes. He did it
Mm-hmm.
against, I believe, DeVito. He got a sack. That's the
Mm-hmm.
kind of role that I want to see with Ryan Neal in.
100,
So.
100%. Now, here's another defensive scheme that I would love for us to go to. This is just good old fashioned cover two, but Tampa two. Now, for people out there who don't know the difference, your typical cover two defense is like this, but the middle linebacker stays right there in the middle of the field. The Tampa two is that this middle linebacker would run out and back up in coverage. That's why Derek Brooks was so good with it. And that's why I think in this instance, if we play the Tampa 2, Louis, I think we would do a great job, because Levante is good in coverage. He's got enough speed, got enough awareness. And again, the corners are pressing. I want the corners to press. I want them to lock down the receivers and also protect the flats as well. We have the linebacker can do it, and we got a front four, I think, that can get there. I believe that with Cansey and Vita, if we play aggressive in the secondary, it opens things up for Anthony Nelson or Yaya. That's
Yeah,
just my opinion.
well, that's what I'm saying. You like Bowles has really got to dial up the blitz against the Raiders. He really does. Gardner Minshew is taking the start, correct? Or is
No,
it
it's Adrian O'Connell,
yeah,
and he had
Adrian O'Connell. All right.
Yep, yep.
So with Adrian O'Connell, like I said, young quarterback, they like I said, you gotta kind of do what you did against the Giants. You just got to bring the pressure. You got to fluster them and throw their timing off with the receivers. Because, like I said, I don't see outside of Brock Bowers, I don't really see a threat. Even in the running game, there's nothing really there for the Raiders that really scares me. That's kind of like, oh, shit. But then again, we've seen this happen before with one guy just out of nowhere just kind of comes up big against the Buccaneers and makes a fucking name for himself. And I don't think that's the case here. I think, like I said, I think this is a game where Bulls is really going to be locked in. And I'm expecting some turnovers this game, a couple of interceptions, maybe one or two.
I agree with you 100%. I think if we just play one of these coverages right here, and he's serious and he dials it up, we're going to be fine. One thing again, Bucks fans, Bulls, we can't see this bullshit right here. We don't need to see this. Get that out of there.
Yeah,
This, you
cushion.
don't have to respect. Hell, this team, this is not the Raiders don't have nowhere near as much talent as the 49ers. So stop that shit, Bowles. We
I
don't
think
need that.
I think a main reason why he plays that I think is because he expects so much out of his inside linebackers, and he kind of, we see that a lot with the safeties transitioning into a linebacker, and I think that's why those guys are playing so far off on the outside. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that's just the way Todd Bowles likes to scheme up some defenses sometimes. I don't know. I don't agree with it. I agree. I think another thing after the season's over, something else that the Buccaneers should really take in consideration is going in there and grabbing or drafting a bigger, more physical corner than what we have on this team that can play man coverage, because we do lack that on this defense. That and an outside pass rusher.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I'm always negative all the time. I always want more. Let's put it
No,
that
you're
way.
not wrong. We already know the first order of business is going to be a pass rusher, and then we need another linebacker, and then a corner. But yes, you can find physical corners in the fourth or fifth round. That's not hard. I keep telling people you can do that. It's not
Oh yeah.
hard. What we want is that first round. If we can't get someone in free agency, then we want to get somebody that we know is going to be an instant hit. Because if we do draft a edge rusher in the first round, they, in my opinion, Louis, they got to be an immediate. They got to be that immediate guy. They got to be the one their rookie season. They give me 9 sacks at least.
Exactly, and if the Buccaneers can't get that, I believe, I think you got to go out and get a guy in free agency or try to trade for somebody,
That's
because
right.
it's about winning right now, and you're not really giving up the farm, versus if you need to go trade for a wide receiver or a cornerback. Hell, even now running backs now are starting to get I mean, unless you're Saquon Barkley, but that's a whole nother story in itself.
Yes.
But I mean, I think the best way to go is to continue to draft corners like we've been doing. Eventually, you got to hit. I mean, Jason Light's been pretty good at drafting some corners. I mean, yeah, I wish they never let Sean Murphy Bunting go too. That was another guy that I felt like they should have kept. But I think maybe I believe Todd Bowles was saying. I mean, Jason Light was saying something about they never really wanted to leave because of the money issues and stuff like that they were having with the cap. And now Mike Edwards is back with us. But yeah, I think they can continue to draft corners. Would really, 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 really focus on trying to get one of the premier pass rushes on your team. And I'm gonna keep pushing for him, Micah Parsons, or somebody, because you need somebody.
We
Because
do. We yeah, we
you
definitely
can't
do,
go
Louis.
into next year like this. Like we're we're
100%.
we're barely making it. Like, you can only ask the offense to do so much, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse with saying that, but it's the truth. You can only ask so much. Eventually, your defense is gonna have to carry your offense.
Yeah, yeah,
Eventually, what for one game, and it
yeah,
may come in the playoffs. You
yes,
never know. And
yeah.
me personally, I just don't think they have the guy. Like, I think they can get through this year, but next year they have to address that. That's the number one need in my eye.
100%. And we have to do it because we've seen an organization that didn't do it and they're shit, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. When you don't address what needs to be handled during the offseason and you're overconfident, you will fuck your team up. And I agree
Oh yeah.
100%. The Bucs are very aware that, hey, I'm sure Light knows, hey guys, after this season, we need help. We have
Yeah.
to bring in help. And we will look at all options. So even if it's a certain play that I don't agree with, if he can get his shit together, welcome to the Tampa.
Well, you know what else needs to happen too, in my
What?
opinion, is
Yeah.
somebody else that needs to show up for these games, the fans.
Who?
And that's not a knock at Tampa, like the fan base, but I'm just saying, like, I think what the Buccaneers should really consider, because I heard you talking about Mike Allstott. I would love to see Mike Allstott at some of these home games if he's available, just to be in the pirate ship and firing the cannons, like to start the game. I think that'd be a huge boost in revenue, just to help get guys like old timers like Mike Allstott, maybe Warren Sapp, or whoever. Some of these guys who were leaders in the past for the Buccaneers to start and open up these home games in the pirate ship. I know they have celebrities, but I don't really care about the Batistas and the Ric Flairs. Ric Flairs was pretty cool, but I don't really care about that. I want to see guys like Derek Brooks or a Simeon Rice or a Warren Sapp to start that game, to hype up that crowd, because I feel like that's what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are lacking. Because if you go back and you see a lot of these old games, man, they like the crowd like was unbelievable, man. The fucking
Oh,
crowd was
100%. We will,
unbelievable.
yeah. I look at it like this. Either way, the Bucs have got to show up and show out regardless. Because remember, when we had Brady our first year, we didn't have nobody, we ain't had no fans. I mean, of course, we had COVID, but look at the intensity that we came out in. But you're right. But for me, Bucs players, get your ass out there and play worth something. You look, winning cures all. You keep winning and doing the things that you're supposed to fucking do. Oh, don't worry, they'll be there, because I think sapping them is always in here. But hold on, Louis, we got the dude that's about to come in here and break shit down. Dude, come on through. Come on through.
The question is, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Well, that's good. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, BucsReport.com. It's about Bucking Time, and the Frozen Pirate Podcast would like to welcome you to the Bucs Report pregame show. It's Pirate Week. Down with the Raiders, raise the flags, fire the cannons. Raymond James, it's a red out. Pewter and red till we're cold and dead, wearing it on our backs because we're here for the attack. Hey, Raiders, remember that Super Bowl? That's about to happen to you again. Hey, we don't have to worry about KJ Britt in coverage today. Buccaneers inactive. KJ Britt is one of those people. You're welcome. Check out BucsReport.com. We just put up the inactive list along with the elevated players from the practice squad. Also notable, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, inactive. Ooh, Joe, that contract extension doesn't sound like it's going to happen anytime soon, bro.
Nope.
I wanted to jump on here because AJ and Louis, they got this held down. There's no problem with that. But we got to take care of a little bit of housework, a little bit of paperwork here, a little bit of promo. BucsReport.com is extremely proud to announce our affiliation with Bucs Kenny Owens, and I'm saying that wrong, so you can butcher me. Biggest Buccaneers Spanish community on the internet, in the world. Led by the fearless leader known as Alf Colmenar. And what we've done here is we're taking our written content and they're going to translate it to Spanish so their fans can enjoy that. And we're going to take their Spanish content and translate it over here so us people who fell asleep in Spanish class in high school can still understand what they're trying to say from their point of view. With that said, every week we're going to have what we call Alf's 2-minute warning. And this is the perfect time for AJ or even Louis or both to take a potty break, go have a smoke. Well, Louis, join me in eating an edible. We're going to play this video. It's Alf's 2-minute warning. Yes, his English is very broken. There are subtitles, but that's the point. We're all Bucs fans. This is all one community. So doesn't matter what you look like, what you sound like. Everybody here at Bucs Report has a voice. And to prove it, here's Alf's legendary new segment. And I deemed that myself. Alf Colmenar's 2-minute warning.
Hi, Bucs fan. I'm Alf Colmenar, writer, broadcaster, and a big-time Buccaneers fan. I have written the Bucs Encyclopedia in Spanish and the biography of Super Bowl champ Martin Gramatica. I co-host the international Spanish broadcast with Carlos Borges and the Gramatica brothers, and I run Cañones y Fútbol, Cannons and Football, the biggest Spanish Bucs community. Now let's dive to Alf's 2-minute warning. Thank you to Bucs Report for this space, 4 downs to beat the Raiders. First down, offense is on fire. Our offense is rolling. Bucky Irving is a star. Just like some people, like me, said before the season, Rashad White is still solid running back one, and then we have got some Tucker and Baker Mayfield running like they are late for their flights. Look at these numbers. 238.8 passing yards per game, 6 in the NFL, 137.2 rushing yards, 8 in NFL, 27.9 points per game, tied for 5 plays. Keep that balance, and the Raiders' defense will fold faster than Chip Laucher. Okay. Second down, pass rush, please pass rush. We need pressure on Aidan O'Connell, the Raiders' almost rookie QB. Kalija Kansi and Vita Vea must dominate up front so Yaya Diaby can go full beast mode. Help our injured secondary out for turnovers, but Watts out with Bowers, the rookie tight end. This guy is a serious threat and could give our defense headaches if left unchecked. Because let's face it, O'Connell's 53.5 QB rating screams, sacks me, so do it. Third down, coaching smarts. Todd Bowles, we need you to sign as a head coach. It's not just about throwing red flags or going for it in fourth down. It's about leading with confidence. Inspire the team. Basically, don't overthink it. Sometimes common sense wins games. And fourth down, stay healthy. Yes, it's stay healthy. Injuries are killing us, but the schedule is on our side. Riders, Chargers, Cowboys, Panthers, Saints. It's easy. Win this rally, stay healthy, and hit the playoffs with momentum. Remember 2020? Brady, Confetti, Lombardi. Could it happen again? Well, why not? So thank you for watching me. My score prediction is Raiders 18, Buccaneers 38. Let's fire those cannons. Boom, boom, boom. Bye-bye.
I'm loving it. Thank you for that. Thank you. And he broke it down. It's very simple. Don't overthink it. That's the most important thing for the offense. No overthinking it. Just get out there and do what you do best. Run that damn ball. Run the ball. We got this.
Absolutely. We want to take another shout out to Alf for helping us out with this. Look for more content and collaborations back and forth. Just to give you a quick resume, Alf is on the international NFL broadcast team along with Martine and Bill Grammatica. And there's another gentleman's name that escapes me now. He also does the Spanish broadcast for Buccaneers games out of country. This guy's literally from Spain. So this is Bucs Report reaching out to the Spanish Bucs community, trying to form some kind of bond here so we can all share our content back and forth. And with that said, hey, Bucs Germany. Hey, Tobias Stark over there. We're coming for you next, bro. We're going to have some international flavor. Not only do we like Spanish food, we like Mexican food, we like American food. Dude, give me some bratwurst and beer. I'm good 24/7 on that. Oh, wait, AJ, you got to be on that side of the screen, bro. You're the lead. I know you got to wrap this up and you got some stuff you got to get out before you do that. So I just want to get on here, play the Spanish stuff. Forecast at Raymond James weather today. Pain. All right, the dude's out. I appreciate the love, appreciate the time, appreciate the vine. Real quick, Buccaneers prediction. Almost forgot about that shit. 37-14 Buccaneers. Write it down. Call your bookie. Dude out.
Dude out. And shout out to the dude out there just making shit happen. And yes, shout out to our fellow Buck fans across the river, across the ocean, international. Look, Bucks love, baby. Bucks loves everywhere. And that's all that matters. As my man said, he gave it to you. He gave you the stats. He gave you everything that the Bucks need to do. Simply do not overthink this game. You don't have to overthink it. And we're going to bring Louis back in because he's, you know, you doing all right over there,
Popped
Louis?
in and out of there. Like I said, I never did it from the phone before, so I'm all screwed up.
No
here.
worries, no worries.
I'm sitting in the car right now while the wife's doing the holiday shopping. I can't stand this stuff, man. I can't, man. And then I'm gonna rush her through Walmart to do the groceries to get back home for the game.
Yeah.
She's gonna love that. I promise that. She's gonna love
Hey,
that.
look, but all I got to say is it's very simple. I want to see on the offensive side, like you said, we got to run the rock, but this time we need to introduce Sean Tucker more. Sean Tucker has it. We have to utilize him because we want Bucky to get the ball, of course, but use all three of your backs. And I understand the hot hand and all that shit, but you also got to give someone else the opportunity to get hot as well. And I think Sean Tucker is just as explosive. So we got to get that going. Run the rock, double tight end set, beat up Crosby as we stated yesterday. Make whatever side he's on, he needs to be doubled, and you fuck him up. There is no reason you get him physical. So then, even in the passing game, we chip away. You have one of the running backs chip him, or you have a tight end chip him. The simple thing is, we want Max Crosby mentally and physically beaten by the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. I mean, I think he's going to get a sack. Absolutely. I think he's going to get at least one or a half a sack. I think he's going to find the backfield. I don't think the Raiders are just going to roll over. Like I said, if they do, great. I mean, I think the best thing for this team for morale and to continue move forward and gain momentum to the Chargers is to blow out the Raiders. To go into this AFC West and at least leave there with a winning record. This is a big game. And this is a game, believe it or not. These are playoff style games. The Bucs cannot make mistakes. Uh, you know, moving forward, there's a big game in Minnesota. Falcons, Vikings. I'm going to be paying close attention to that game. Uh, I don't think enough people have talked about how competitive now the NFC South just got. Because now it's like we literally have to play our best football. Well, they do, not me. I'm just a fan. I'm just watching. The Buccaneers have to play their best style of football, offense and defense, and that means controlling the trenches, winning the battle up front on both sides of the football. Uh, you know, and they have to gain a lot of momentum here because now we control our own destiny, just like the Falcons. They took two from us that I don't think that they should have, but there's no point in crying about it. It is what it is. Hopefully, I'm going to be one of the biggest Viking fans today. I'll tell you that. And nobody's really talking about too much about how Kirk Cousins is going back to Minnesota. Who knows Kirk Cousins best? The Vikings. I'm sure they got plenty of game tape and game film and all that good stuff. Again, the Buccaneers have to put the pedal to the metal here. Full throttle. They have to put up some points, and I agree with dude. I want to say what did I say? 35-14. That's my prediction. And let's see what happens, man.
All right, cool. I mean, well, so give me your last what's your last thing? I'm gonna ask you last question. Who do you want on offense to take over and on defense? Go.
Uh, on offense, it's kind of tough, because I love the style that the Buccaneers are running the football because you have Baker Mayfield running the football. It's not pretty, but he's grinding, and then you have our three-headed monster. But I really want to see Mike Evans feast today. I really do. I'd like to see Mike get a couple of touchdowns over the top, but that's statistic wise. If as a fan and to keep moving forward, I want to see the running backs continue to feast. I think you got to feed Bucky Irving. I think you got to kind of continue like just keep moving forward with Bucky. Give him the ball more, man. He's making plays. And Rashad White, those two guys are carrying this offense, man. And I want to see the running game get going early on, and I want to see them just absolutely run the fucking ball down their throat. And I want to see Zion McCollum come up with an interception like he did back in early in the season. He's been relatively quiet, but that's what I want to see. I want to see a couple of picks, and I want to see good hard-nosed football with just running Mike Allstott like football. That's what I want.
Amen to that. Louis, as always, my man. Tell everybody where they can find you and if you got anything else cooking.
Well, you can definitely find me on the Aftermath because we gotta be talking some serious stuff. So we got to figure out some timing and some scheduling for that. But definitely catch me on the Aftermath and every Friday or Saturday with the Bucks Report, where we break down the week ahead and the game ahead, and we have some good times on that. Do we not, AJ?
We always do. Always do.
And hopefully we're going to be joined by some guests. I have a guest in mind that could maybe join us this week. But I got to reach out and see what I can do. But yeah, definitely. You can find me on the Bucs Report exclusively.
My man. All right, Louis. You take care,
All right.
man, and enjoy that grocery.
Peace. Oh, wait, hold up real quick. Whose jersey you got on?
Oh, this is Vincent Jackson.
Vincent Jackson. I'm rocking, so you can't see it right now, but I'm rocking Baker Mayfield all red. So
That.
yeah. Let's go Bucs. Fuck the Saints.
Yep, always. All right, brother Louis. You take care of yourself, homie.
Peace.
Peace. But yes, shout out to Louis, guys. We're going to be having a lot more interactions with Louis and Coach Slick, and we're going to talk our football, our buck ball, and that's what it is. But let's get to the comments. Christopher Cole, as always, thank you for tuning in and putting your input in. Very appreciative. Vi Jones will be starting at the linebacker position. That's fine. All we need for Vi Bowles, simply keep the coverage simple. Do not put him in a position of something that he cannot do. Play to his strengths. If Vi can blitz, let him blitz. If he can cover, that's fine. Put him in the proper position. So that also means if he is going to play inside the box, of course, if Bowers is out there or whoever, you need to have him beat him up. We want Bowers to not even – that's another guy, their rookie tight end. Give him a welcome to the NFL hit. Put him on his ass. Like I said again, let's play tighter coverage. I want to see cover 1. I want to see cover 2 throughout most of the game. The only time I want to see anything over that, if we have to do cushion coverage, we're up 24-0 by the next half. That's it. That's the only time I want to see cushion coverage, Bowles. Besides that, they're still in the game. That's it. And he said, heck, if we're healthy, we'd be great. We'd beat the Lions without, we're gonna be fine. Health is not a reason. I don't want to hear no excuses anymore, because what Detroit has been doing and dealing with their defense, the Bucs can do it too. I believe that our new linebacking coach has the biggest problem in regression of Yaya. It could be, Christopher Cole. It could be. It could be, Chris. It possibly. I don't know. I just also think that Yaya is still learning, but also the secondary at this moment is going to have to be just as aggressive and play tighter, because there have been times where Yaya has gotten off, but because it's so much cushion coverage, the quarterback can maneuver and dunk the ball off. That's a lot to ask for your linebacker, your edge rusher to do, especially if all the quarterback has to do is see, oh, somebody's open because it's this cushion coverage. So that's why. On offense, Baker today, I want Baker, this is for you. If it's not there, take off. I'm very aware that, I appreciate that as a quarterback, you keep your eyes down the field and you're looking for the next big thing. But sometimes if it's not there, man, just take off and run and live to fight another down. If anything, that's going to make the defense a lot more nervous when it comes to you, because now they're going to be timid because you are a mobile quarterback that can move, and that could mess up one of the linebackers or whatever defenders, where they think, oh, I have to make sure that Baker doesn't take off, and he drops his coverage, he drops his receiver, and then that's where the Bucs can go off. It's very simple, Baker. I want you to do that. And then when it comes to Bucky, I want Bucky to get the rock as well, but I want him to stay healthy. Again, Sean Tucker is just as capable. You need to use all 3 of your backs. I look at it like this. To be on the safe side, give Rashad White 15 carries. Give Bucky 10 or 12, and then give Tucker 15 if you can. The thing is, we want to keep Bucky healthy. Also, double tight end set. Let's start seeing using Durham some more in the red zone. He's 6'7". He's got the height advantage. I think he has good enough hands to where if Baker throws the ball up, he can catch it. But of course, we want to see Mike Evans gets it. If it's one-on-one, Baker, just put the ball in the right position. Evans will get it for you. Also, move Evans around like they've been doing. Let's get him in short passes. If the corner is going to play cushion and 7 to 8 yards off of Evans, just throw the shit to Evans right then and there and let him slowly pick up the yards that way. It's a very simple thing. Cohen, don't overthink this. Just be yourself today. And today we're going to figure out which coach has learned from their mistakes and who adjusted. We're going to see if Cohen has learned. We're going to see if Bowles has learned. I have more confidence that Cohen has learned, but at the same time, just because my confidence in Bowles is little doesn't mean I have completely given up on him, because he is still the coach, and I want to support him because he is still on our team. So as long as you're on the team, please make something happen. That's all we want to see. You have a quarterback in Adrian O'Connell, 795 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's not really much of a threat. He played a solid game against the Chiefs, but you should have looked at the film and realized, okay, what can he not do? Bowles, this is what I want you to do. I want you to assess that kind of talent, not just by the scheme, but by the players. If you see that, okay, these guys aren't going to throw deep. These guys can't do this. This guy can't do that. Okay, so if they can't do that, how about we stay aggressive? How about we make them uncomfortable? Load the box until they beat us out of single safety coverage. I mean, just because the quarterback throws a deep ball doesn't mean it's going to be successful. Bryce Young, when we played man, as you see the statistics show, he was terrible against man coverage. So there you go, Bowles. It's a very simple concept, my man. Just play to the strength of your players and not just your scheme, and you will walk out of there victorious. It's a lot on the line today. The Atlanta Falcons. I already said this, guys. I have my picks. If you go by, check out my Instagram, AJ Turnup. I've already said that the Falcons are going to lose today. It's going to be a big loss today. So Buccaneer players, take what's yours. The NFC South belongs to you. Take that shit back. Take it back. That's your shit. That's your throne. That's your crown. It's yours. Take it back. Take it back. Own it. What we want to see by the end of the game is your Tampa Bay Buccaneers are back in front in the NFC South. It's a lot on the line today. So you got two options. You can fold. And even if the Falcons lose, but you lose today, you fuck up, you still put yourself in another hole. How about you win, and if they lose, now you go, guys, man, we did it. We ain't losing anymore. We put a bad team away. We're going to be playing another team next week, and we're going to really have to step up too. But today you got to step up. It's just as important. Whoop this team's ass early. Buck fans, you know what we want to see? We want to see Kyle Trask coming in the fourth quarter. You know why? Because that means the game is over. That's it. It's very simple, Bucs fan. It's very simple. I want to leave at 4:30 today knowing that the Bucs are NFC South. They're back in the lead. Bucs players, you cannot come out flat. You can't. You simply can't. It's imperative that you keep shit right. Keep the ship right. I say it again, Bowles. Knock this shit off. There's no need for that. I need you to be like this. That's what I need to see. Create psychological shock in this organization and enemy forces, leading to a quick victory with minimum loss of soldiers and artillery, baby. That's what I need. That's what the fuck that I want you to establish. A blitzkrieg. Overwhelm the opponent. That's what it's about today. Overwhelming should be the theme for today, Bucs players. Overwhelm these punk-ass Raiders. Put them away. I don't give a fuck if Crosby's out there. Put him on the fucking ground. Put him on the dirt. And one more thing I want to say to the offense. Keep the passing game simple, baby. Keep it simple. Shit like this. Keep it simple. That's all you got to do. Keep it simple. You see how simple that is? Look at that play. That play is bound to make things happen. Just keep it simple. It's nothing too bad. It's nothing complex. Just get out there and make shit happen. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. This is a good play right here. So I do expect Mike Evans to go off today. I think that Mike Evans will have between 100 to 130 yards. I expect 2 touchdowns. I think Bucky will get a touchdown. I see Bucky getting between 60 to 80 yards. I see Rashard White getting a touchdown receiving. I actually see this defense getting between 4 to 5 sacks and 2 interceptions. I do. And my prediction is 38-13. With that being said, guys, I appreciate you watching Bucs Report, the pregame show. As always, check me out on Bucs Report, the aftermath on 102.9, The Game, Broad Street South Radio with my co-host Slick. Also, check out my YouTube channel. It's about Bucking Time. Also, TikTok, my Twitter, my Instagram, AJ Turnup. That's where you can find me at. As always, guys, go Bucs, and let's get this win. Let's go, baby.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're gonna crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. That's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.